Despite these extraordinarily challenging times, for the people of Utah, there is still much good news. We have been fiscally responsible. Our employment rate is one of the lowest in the nation, and we have recently been named by the American Legislative Exchange Council as the state most likely to recover first from the recession. We have a highly skilled and trained workforce, a diverse economy, a young and dynamic population. We have an unsurpassed quality of life. Our well-managed state government has balanced the budget, has a AAA bond rating, and has competitive tax rates. But still, there is much work yet to do. Today, I would like to speak briefly about three things that will serve as my primary focus as your governor. My first and highest priority will be the economy here in Utah. A state with sufficient employment opportunities, a state that can expect economic stability. Jobs pay the bills for individuals and for families. Jobs and the taxes they generate produce the revenue that allows state government to support such things as education, health care, transportation, infrastructure needs, public safety, and other vitally important social services. If we can get the economy right, most everything else falls into place. With this in mind, we must thoughtfully secure the jobs that we already have and foster an economic environment that encourages the private sector to create new jobs. To protect our existing jobs as a state, we must maintain a healthy business climate, a well-educated and highly skilled workforce, and competitive tax rates. Utah's favorable business climate has allowed local businesses like Winder Farms in West Valley City, Gosner Foods in Cache County, and furniture giant R.C. Willey to employ Utahns for generations. Also, more recently formed businesses such as medical device manufacturer Merit Medical, Omniture, a leading provider of online business optimization software, and Sorensen Communications, the nation's leader in communication services for the deaf and hard of hearing. These businesses are growing and prospering right here in Utah. These businesses, and hundreds of others like them throughout this state, are made up of hardworking and talented people who provide products and services that would benefit the world while employing thousands of our friends and neighbors right here at home. My commitment to you is that first and foremost, we will recognize the great and significant importance of our own local businesses and work with you as business people for your continued success. As we confront the economic realities of today, we must also prepare for the economy of tomorrow. This means that we must strategically and proactively recruit companies to Utah. In the past 5 years, Utah has become a premier business destination for companies known throughout the world. Companies such as Goldman Sachs, eBay, Disney Interactive, Hershey, Procter & Gamble, Amersports, and Microsoft have all chosen to either expand or relocate to the Beehive State. I believe that even more are poised and ready to come to Utah. But we can't simply rest on our laurels and read our press clippings. In order to take charge of our economic future, we must seek out and eliminate barriers to growth, and we must thoughtfully position ourselves to emerge from the recession with an even stronger economic foundation. I'm confident that this can and will happen, because with you, the people, we will make it happen. Let me be clear. I believe in free enterprise, the risk and reward system that some people call capitalism. But free enterprise is best characterized as the word freedom. I believe in empowering the private sector. When it comes to free markets, there is no state in this country that can surpass our hard work, our industry, and our innovation. As we work together, Utah will continue to be a leader in promoting free enterprise. Key to any sustainable economic development effort is the ability to produce a well-educated and highly skilled workforce that can compete and, yes, win in the marketplace. Great education is paramount to great economic opportunity. Utahns have historically placed great value on education. For example, within weeks of arriving in the Salt Lake Valley in 1847, 17-year-old Mary Jane Dilworth established the area's first school. Even though the fields needed to be planted and the homes needed to be built, those early pioneers still sacrificed their very meager resources to make certain that their children received an education. Those early classes took place in a tent in the middle of a stockade. There were no chairs, just logs. There were no desks, only wagon parts to provide surfaces for reading and writing. Even in these less than favorable conditions, the students were grateful to learn, and their parents were thankful for these educational opportunities for their children. The pioneers also recognized that their young children needed higher education and training. Thus, just 3 years later, in 1850, territorial leaders established what would ultimately become the University of Utah. Utah's founders knew then what we still know today. The long-term well-being of our state and its people depends directly upon our commitment to education. Education, particularly well-focused higher education, enables career opportunities, economic stability, and a richer quality of life. We cannot have sustainable economic growth or be competitive in what is now a global marketplace if we don't properly educate the rising generation. In the 21st century, our competition isn't just Idaho or Colorado or even California. It's India, it's Canada, it's Mexico, and as Ambassador Huntsman knows, it's China. Today, more than merely gaining a diploma, our students need the skills that will provide a passport